YouTube is weird, or at least it can be. Behind the Mr. Beasts and the PewDiePies, there is whatever this is. I thought this was pretty interesting, so I found an iceberg that goes really deep into some of the weird stuff on YouTube. So today, me and you are gonna discover it. Icebergs are simple. Stuff at the top is really well known, while the entries that are closer to the bottom are a lot more obscure. Level 1 is very well-known classics on YouTube. It's pretty much entry-level information. Some entries here are even just about YouTube itself as a platform. Also, before we get into this, some of the entries here actually also showed up in the disturbing and unsettling videos iceberg I did. So I will be leaving those videos out. So that means if anything is left out here that you were expecting to be in this iceberg, it might be in that video. So be sure to go check that one out too. With all that out of the way, let's get straight into level 1 of this iceberg. The backrooms. Okay, not the actual backrooms, but Anonymous is a really classic animator on YouTube who makes these SFM, which stands for Source Filmmaker, animations. Basically, okay, I can't believe I'm using this as a comparison, but you know Skibidi Toilet? The way it's animated, how it looks, is animated in SFM made by Source, who is also the maker of games like Portal 2 and Half-Life 2. So that's why all the animations use assets from those games. This guy is here because his animations are known for being just weird and strange, not normal. Kinda like Skibidi Toilet, my favorite web series. Whoa, what are the backrooms? The backrooms were initially a horror concept and originated on 4chan with the basic idea that in your everyday life, whatever you're doing, no matter how mundane, you can just kind of no-clip or fall through the world and end up in these backrooms. These backrooms are basically another dimension, some sort of glitch almost in the Matrix, where normal laws of physics and reality don't really exist. You can maneuver for millions of miles and still end up in these same yellow rooms. But then also, if you traverse further, if you get lucky enough, or maybe unlucky enough depending on how you look at it, you could find a door to another level of the backrooms. Some other levels are these famous pool rooms or this hotel. Now, there are hundreds of fan-created levels that range from being really smart to kinda dumb. But anyways, I say all this to say this iceberg is referring to this video series about the backrooms made by Kane Pixels, who personally, I think, completely misunderstood the point and allure of the backrooms, that being the mystery and infinity and liminality of the backrooms, and Kane Pixels just decided to make a basic, dumb analog horror series, but anyways, it's well animated and I couldn't do anything like that, so yeah. Kane Pixels, no hard feelings. Mwah. Ben Drowned is a horror web series that is about a classic creepypasta of the same name. And this is what the story is about. Ben Drowned is set in an alternate universe that included the emergence of a cult known as the Moon Children, who worship the moon, known to them as Luna. Sometime after the release of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, a 12-year-old boy named Ben was chosen as the experiment for a new project by the Moon Children. Coerced by them to join their group under the promise of having friends and being like his childhood hero, Link, Ben was soon unwillingly drowned in an attempted Moon Children ritual called Ascension, where the sacrifice becomes a prisoner of their own making, a catalyst for the cult to continue their plans. The resulting creation, named Ben, the original Ben no longer having any physical control as the dominant mindset, is sealed within a copy of Majora's Mask and is merged with the programs within, before being then watched over by an old man. The old man eventually gives that cartridge to a random college sophomore, who got it not knowing that it was cursed. All the while, several of the cult's members begin to continue their plan within the internet, including a mysterious being known as Kelbris the Father, who online takes the form of the Happy Mask Salesman. Ultimately, when entering the internet themselves, Ben begins to wreak havoc on the sites and videos for the sophomore student, known as Jaducible, interacted all in service of the father. Okay, it's getting kind of complicated and convoluted now, but it's really classic. You know, good creepypasta. Bill Wirtz is the history of the entire world, I guess, guy. That's still one of the best videos on YouTube to date. Amazing video, classic, perfect. If you haven't seen it, you're probably a wah baby. Bill Wirtz is basically a musician animator who makes these auteur pieces of work in his unique style. He's most famous for his documentary videos, like History of the Entire World, I guess, and History of Japan, I guess. But he also makes a lot of other work as well, usually really weird and obscure topics that are just well, random and weird. This guy is weird. Brandon Rogers. He basically makes absurd, dark, surreal, over-the-top comedy sketches. He does a lot of offensive humor, which is up my alley personally, I guess. Yeah, dark humor. Okay, so this is the first one that's just about YouTube as a whole that I was talking about. Basically on YouTube, there are bots, which are just robot accounts that comment on videos, like scamming people, asking for money, gift card giveaways, etc. The scary thing though is that a lot of times these accounts are impersonating the YouTuber who made the video that is on. Like, you'll be watching a Soup video and it'll look like Soup is commenting in the comments to give him money. It's pretty easy to tell when it's a scam, but I don't know. I mean, Sunday still has an audience, so there's gotta be some dumb people on this platform. I'm just kidding, I grew up on Sunday, I love him. Okay, so this was the first entry on this iceberg that I didn't know, and it's kind of funny. It's a video that's a parody of the like Dora the Explorer song, and it was made by the Stringini Bros in 2012. It's basically just a parody where all the words are just about different ways that Dora can die gruesomely. From like falling into quicksand, dying in a house fire, to falling into a volcano and dying of thirst in a desert. This video is awesome. It's this song you've probably heard before, just about, you know, really dumb ways to die. It's a classic. I remember when I was a kid, I was really into Portal and Portal 2, and so I watched this Portal like fan-made version by Harry 101 UK, and it's like crazy nostalgic to me. But yeah, this video on this iceberg is a really classic, awesome song. Oh, EDP, bro. Okay, so if you're like me, you've probably heard of EDP and know he's a, you know, pedo, but you never actually heard the details of what actually happened. Or maybe I'm just stupid and I'm the only person who didn't know. Either way, I'm gonna explain it for all the other brain-dead gremlins like me. So EDP445 was a normal YouTuber, like any other, until April 2021, when EDP got anxiety ward outside of a 13-year-old's apartment. He was confronted with evidence and even admitted that he was there to see a 13-year-old. And here is where the whole cupcake meme comes from, because I honestly had no idea where the cupcake thing came from. He said he was there because the 13-year-old baked him a cupcake and he was there to retrieve it. Bruh, die, please. I'm just kidding. Okay, so Elsagate is the thing that happened back in 2016, 2017 on YouTube Kids. Basically, a lot of small kids channels were having trouble, you know, like competing with the big channels. So while getting creative, they had ideas like maybe using popular characters like Elsa, then maybe do live action skit videos. And somehow it ended up with videos of Spider-Man getting pregnant or Elsa getting buried. Basically, there was a slew of adult content under the guise of kids content. It was like messed up. Okay, this is another one I didn't know, bro. I'm just stupid. Okay, so on the surface, Futuristic Hub is just a YouTube channel that posts these like 3D animations, usually in Minecraft, with several different random characters that would appeal to kids. Makes sense so far. Just a kids channel. But it gets so much worse. See, if you look hard enough, you can see some, well, literal softcore Minecraft porn. This is pretty similar to Elsagate, except this is very upfront, is actual animated Minecraft porn. It actually somehow gets even worse though when we talk about the owner, manager, and creator of the channel, Brian Martin. Brian Martin is a man with little to no ego who is probably the sole reason why capitalism has a bad name. Everything that people criticize capitalism for is exactly what Brian does. He has an extremely long history of soft cease and desisting any and all critics of his content. He'll use the DMCA system and his contacts at YouTube to take down and ban literally every video that is criticizing his content. He's gone through legal trials, blah, blah, blah. Not enough time to get into all of that, but yeah. Awful guy. If you want Minecraft content, just go watch Sunday. Happy Tree Friends is this thing that looks like a kid's show, but it's like bloody and gruesome, and it's made as like a parody, you know? It's like, has all the tropes of like, oh, it's cartoonish, it's for kids, but it's like shock comedy, you know? It surprises you by having these like gruesome and weird scenes. This isn't really my thing, but yeah, cool. Okay, this one I actually know. How To Basic is a YouTuber that was really, really popular back in the day, and he just makes basic how-to videos. Nothing really special here. Oh, did I get you? Did I get you, bro? He does do weird stuff, actually. Like, whatever the hell this is. But yeah, he's a classic. These are some classic videos. So I think judging from my Discord community, by the way, go join my Discord.
Discord server, link in the description.
I bet a lot of you guys already know Jack Stopper. He does these really like dreamcore-ish songs that are really well made and really weird. He does these animations too. Pretty cool, huh? Ooh, let's talk about Leafy. So me being a based weeb growing up, I watched a whole lot of iDubbbz, which is where I first learned about Leafy. Basically, Leafy is a faceless, for the most part at least, YouTuber who just made commentary videos making fun of YouTubers, usually like kids. He basically bullies innocent people or disabled people for just existing or for their appearance or whatever. And his fan base would often send like death threats. He's the guy who popularized using these like CSGO surf videos for background footage, I think. Yeah, Leafy, not a good guy. iDubbbz made a content cop on him that completely destroyed his career. Amazing. Dude, that video is so good. Okay, so this one is weird. It's this channel of two guys who they get like an email every episode from a family saying, hey, there's something spooky going on, something spiritual going on in our house, you need to come help us. And so they go and help them. It's obviously fake, and they even put it in their videos that it's meant to be fake and just for entertainment. It definitely is weird though. They got like live births in some of these episodes. I had no idea what the hell I was watching. But yeah, I mean, kids content is kids content. Who am I to make fun of Dora the Explorer for being stupid? Ooh, our first analog horror series, hell yeah. Local 58 TV is a YouTube channel that's an analog horror series. Analog horror is basically a subgenre of horror where the horror is presented in like old tapes, using like VHS, 90s nostalgia, etc. to tell a story. Local 58 utilizes old news stations to tell a story. It's like an old news station, but there are these brainwashing subliminal messages that are in between as well. This one, obviously, since it's in the top layer, is really famous and popular. Yeah. No. Okay, this one is embarrassing because I actually used to be like a Logan Paul fan back in the day. Please don't cancel me. I was in like 6th grade. It was before this incident. Okay, so what happened in the Logan Paul suicide forest incident is basically Logan Paul is a vlogger who took a trip to Japan for a video. In the video, he explored Japan, went to some restaurants, blah, blah, blah. But at one point in the video, he went to a forest that apparently was known as a suicide forest. So Logan was walking around until he actually ran into a dead, hung suicide victim. And as a fully mentally functional human being, Logan stops recording and calls the authorities. Oh, did I get you? Did I get you? He actually makes jokes and laughs about it and still posts the video. Yeah, this guy's dumb, bro. Whoa, we got an absolutely awful human being. Alright, so a few years back, Mini Lad stopped making videos with a group associated with a YouTuber named Vanos Gaming, and people wondered why. Every time he was asked, he gave different reasons, like playing too much of certain games, being kicked out from their chats, or just talking badly about other creators. Later, a YouTuber named The Terrorizer, who was also a part of that same Vanos Gaming crew, said it was because this person spoke ill of their group. Although this person, Mini Lad, said that they were sorting things out, the Terrorizer denied this. Mini Lad then claimed some mental health issues which people didn't believe. And then the situation only worsened when two people, minors, said Mini Lad acted inappropriately with them. After a pause, Mini Lad made an apology video, but it only made things worse, like the same thing that happened to like Shane Dawson. Despite all this drama, Mini Lad acted normal, but his subscriber count is like dropping significantly. His videos are getting a lot of dislikes and his fans are really upset with him. Understandably, I mean, this guy's awful. But Jesus can still save him. Jesus can save anybody. Okay, so Mr. Dweller is a dude online oh my god, who makes really trash, unfunny memes over and over again. At least that's what I found from research online. His channel is gone. I couldn't find it at all. This Iceberg labels him as a bad person, but I have nothing to go on. So yeah, he might be bad, but he might not. From what I can tell, he just made really bad memes. But don't come after me if he's like a pedo or something. I had no idea. So ProJared is a YouTuber who was accused of cheating on his wife, as well as having inappropriate conversations with two fans who were both minors. It seems that to this day, neither have really been confirmed or denied. People still debate about it, and I wasn't there during it, so I can't really say that much, but this guy is completely irrelevant, so. Oh, another classic, at least to me, at least to me. Salad Fingers is an online animated series about this dude named Salad Fingers. I wouldn't classify it as scary necessarily, but it's definitely unsettling and disturbing and definitely weird. Almost like I'm like doing an iceberg about the weird stuff on YouTube. That's a good idea. I should do that. Anyways, even the sound effects just make me like want to die. But yeah, it's awesome. It's really old on YouTube, and it kind of helped grow the idea of like horror web series and that kind of thing on YouTube. Love this stuff, but it's gross. There's a whole like theory behind the story. Like apparently the whole story is a showing of PTSD and it's like symbolic, or I don't know. I saw that on the Film Theorist like 5 years ago. Okay, so this is an old classic screamer on YouTube. All the comments are like, I remember when my 7th grade teacher used to play this to make sure we were all paying attention. Sir, that teacher needs to be arrested. I'm 17 and this scared the hell out of me. I would be dead if my teacher played this in the 7th grade, bro. What the hell? But yeah, classic screamer. Bro, thank God that I remember this one from when I was a kid, because no shot did I want to watch this again. So it's this video of a maze video game until, whoa, a screamer. Terrifying. This is trauma right here, bro. I hate screamers so much. Like I remember they used to always get me, bro, back in the day. But I don't know, maybe I'm just like a beta scared loser who needs to watch more Andrew Tate or something, bro. Okay, I don't know if I'm allowed to show this one on YouTube, but so this is a real, I mean fake video that is posed as being like some sort of program for sex offenders. I don't know why anybody would ever think this is like real, because nobody would ever think this is a good idea for sex offenders, which is, I guess, why it's fake. But anyways, it's just a song where these sex offenders sing about their crimes. I remember I watched this in middle school, like 7th grade, and I thought it was like the funniest thing ever. But I mean, all 7th graders are stupid. I'm sorry to all my 7th grade audience. I take that back. Please watch my videos and watch all the ads and don't skip them. Actually, if you're in 7th grade, I think I should probably say that you probably shouldn't be watching my videos because I talk about some NSFW stuff, I guess. So yeah, nah bro, who cares? That was a joke. Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life is a series of green text stories that are sexually explicit about, well, you know, Shrek. The term Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life became an online catchphrase because some of these text stories got like popular. I know that these are jokes, but you know there's gotta be some weirdos out there who are actually into this. I mean, if you are, I'm not saying that you're a weirdo, but Surreal Entertainment is a channel that makes these like surreal, weird animations about usually like recent events, like Squid Game or Creeper, Aw Man. Anyways, yeah, this is pretty straightforward. They're sick videos though. Whoa, okay, this is bringing back memories, bruh. Basically, when the adpocalypse hit, YouTube changed their rules regarding ad revenue for users. And in addition to straight up just demonetizing certain channels, YouTube also gave advertisers the choice to opt out of videos that fall into vague and like hard to define categories, like sensitive social issues or sensational and shocking. YouTubers, when this hit, were pooping their little pants, bro. I mean, most YouTubers went to Twitch because they thought streaming was like the new big thing. But really, YouTube just goes through a scare like this every year or two. I mean, look at Kappa or like net neutrality. CPM definitely went down after the adpocalypse, but from what I hear, it's back up to about where it was. So this is like a show that played at 4 a.m. on real TV, where it was labeled as being just infomercials, like on the guide or whatever, I guess, just to mess with people. I mean, at first you think you're watching an old style funny show, but then the credits keep going and going, which is funny because it's like way too many people made this show, like too many cooks, do you get it? Then the show starts making fun of different kinds of shows and gets weirder and weirder. It's like satirical, it's like a parody. And suddenly a scary guy comes in and starts killing everybody, which is shocking because everybody was happy before. So yeah, just the real weird stuff, you know? Joji. We love Filthy Frank. He's awesome. TV Filthy Frank was this YouTuber who is now better known as Joji, maker of songs like Glimpse of Us and Slow Dancing in the Dark. But back in his YouTube days, he made offensive comedy sketches. He was hilarious and he marked the golden age of YouTube. He would like throw up on camera or just go up to random people and eat ravioli out of a shirt pocket. He also worked a lot with iDubbbz. Ew, 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 ew. Oh my gosh. Oh bro. Oh my gosh. Ever heard of Nicocado Avocado? So these mukbang YouTubers are YouTubers who just eat a whole lot of food, and some people like it. Like, some ASMR is fine, and honestly, all of it is fine. I'm not like judging or anything. But some of this is definitely weird. Like this stuff. Who is watching this? Okay, I don't know why this is on the weird YouTube iceberg. Maybe because kids content is just usually really weird and stupid. But like, it's for kids, so yeah, kids are weird and stupid. YouTube Kids is another site/app made for kids where only kids content can be like uploaded. Yeah. Whoa, that was layer 1 of this iceberg. Oh my gosh, aren't you guys so hyped to finish this iceberg? Let's get straight into layer 2, the pizzeria. So Agamemnon Counterpart was made all the way back in 2006 by somebody. The video itself starts with a message that says, in the year 2571, a video cassette tape was found in a pile of rubble on the ruins of a certain blue planet. What you are about to witness will not be the contents of the aforementioned cassette. This is an entirely different recording. Then the actual content of the video is just like a messed up, surreal, distorted, like kids cartoon with some weird stuff like individual letters and speech bubbles and whatever the hell this is. There's been a lot of lore that was added to it after the video was made, like a whole creepypasta and stuff, but I don't think that the creepypasta and extra lore was actually intended by the original creator. From what I read online, originally this video was submitted to an art competition back in the day. So Arabic YouTube, I think, refers to just these like really weird short videos with really strange titles that are in Arabic on YouTube, like this one or this one. I'm not sure exactly what this means on this iceberg, but I think that's what it's referring to. I don't know, other than this, it just seems kind of racist. But ooh, Crypt TV is a channel that does a bunch of horror content, like reviewing and just talking about horror stuff, but also they make their own short films. They've worked with Dead Meat before, which I know a lot of you guys probably know. Crypt TV have made some pretty popular characters, like this guy and this guy. So CWC Ville Guardian is the YouTube channel of the person Chris Chan. Chris Chan was severely non-communicating autistic when he was a child. He didn't speak until age 7 after speech therapy, but he still suffered from his autism. He's always been up to some messed up stuff, like this one 9/11 troll video he made. Bruh, it wasn't even ironic. Like, bro, I don't mind 9/11 humor, but this wasn't humor. This was just like an actual threat, bruh. But what his most heinous crime was, obviously, is that he had been confirmed and admitted to sexually abusing his own mother on multiple occasions. Yeah, his own mother. In defense, he said he didn't much like labels, so he didn't really see his mother as his mother. This guy is trash, bruh. I don't think that's like controversial to say. I hope not. Okay, so Syriac is this guy online that makes these awesome, surreal, weird, like crazy animations. He is awesome, and these animations are sick. Apparently, I mean, I don't know anything about animation or anything like that, but apparently he's technically fantastic and was like innovative and influential for After Effects animation online. I mean, I believe it, these are sick. EATEOT stands for Everywhere at the End of Time, which is a musical project made by the caretaker that is supposed to mimic the process of suffering from and falling into dementia. After the success and influence of Everywhere at the End of Time, there were a bunch of influenced fan projects, like this Minecraft version that is awesome, but some of these can be weird, which is why it's here. Like this one's about tacos. I actually found an iceberg that is just about these fan projects, so let me know if you guys would like seeing a video on that. I think it'd be pretty interesting. Okay, so El Terror 64 Russ is weird. It's like the Skibbity toilet of Team Fortress 2, except weirder and more surreal, and more millennial type humor. But it has that same kind of weird, distorted animation, but there's one big difference. El Toro 64 Russ actually manages to use Gmod to animate, not Source Filmmaker, which is insane that he actually animates in Gmod. So this video is awesome. I never watched it until today at 1:51 p.m. in my civics class. No one to my teacher, please. But dude, this is awesome. So it's at first just this commercial for what looks like a Capri Sun competitor. They drink it and they turn into this like silver goop that flies around to other kids having fun. So cool. Until they come out of the goo and they have like turned into this monster thing. And then later they kill their mom and the other kids and this one dude as well. This is awesome. Okay, so in old games, to keep people from pirating games, if a console detected that a game in it was pirated, jailbroken, etc., then it'll tell the game to show what's called an anti-piracy screen, which basically usually just stops you from playing, or it'll say you're a bad boy and give you like a debuff, like make it impossible to win or something. Well, because of this, people have popularized these videos where they show fake anti-piracy screens. It'll be presented as like one of those anti-piracy screens, but it'll be like haunted or something. A famous one is this Sonic one. Okay, I think this entry is talking about this piece of hell. It's an 11-second video of just a guy from TF2 looking at his fingertips and shaking with this song. Yeah, it's weird. But like, what is this, bro? Why? What? I'm confuzzled. That's what I would say if I was a loser millennial in like 2012. Okay, if you guys know me, you know I love FNAF. I've already explained the basic plot of FNAF in like all my videos, so I won't explain it for the millionth time again. You just gotta know that this guy named William Afton murders kids and puts their bodies in animatronics, and each kid's soul inhabits or haunts the animatronics that they've been stuffed into. So FNAF VHS is a subgenre of analog horror on YouTube of fake VHS tapes made to go along with the plot of FNAF. Like, for example, instructional videos on how to use the animatronics and stuff. And some of these are just like old video recordings inside the pizzeria and showing scary stuff. But it gets a lot deeper. Maybe I should make a FNAF iceberg. Thoughts? So this is one of the most popular and famous screamers on YouTube with like 70 or 80 million views. The original screamer starts in a dark room with a white rocking chair in the middle, but it's worth mentioning that other uploaded versions had red and white text in front of a black background before this. There's a rocking horse behind the chair and miscellaneous stuff like scattered across the floor, including a water bottle. There's a Chevy commercial playing really quietly in the background and like a mom talking about Little Mermaid. The video here also is just really grainy and it looks like it's being recorded with like a night vision filter. And then in the middle of the video, the blanket starts to move slightly, and then towards the end, the rocking chair starts moving on its own. Then right after, the exorcist girl's face appears right in front of the rocking chair and crawls up to the camera with a loud, annoying, scary scream. The video ends with a white text that says www.szworld.net. I did not go to that link. I did not. I am too scared. I am a pussy. Also, there's an alternate version by the same guy who made this one, where the same screamer was replaced by an eyeless woman with a big mouth. Huh. Going to the Store is a short film that was originally made to be the final installment of an ARG. It's like footage of sidewalks and roads with an animated CGI dude cracked out of his mind just walking around. And then at the end, he like no clips in a staircase and we see a sign that tells us this is not allowed. Cool video. I like this one. So Hamster Hell is a video that is basically a commentary on how a lot of social media influencers, like vloggers on YouTube, treat animals. Hamster Hell is about a boy who takes care of his hamsters while keeping them under his bed, hiding them from his family. Sounds like it should be cute, right? OMG, did I get you, bro? No, it's not cute. It's disturbing. I got you so good, bro. So Harmony in Horror is a web series that takes a lot of inspiration from FNAF type stories, basically giving life to things that shouldn't have life. It's a VHS style series about a toy maker turning his family into evil toys. Reminds me of somebody. His whole intention and purpose is to like basically make a perfect family. For example, making his dog follow orders, his son speak when spoken to, his daughter to sing herself a lullaby, and his brother into a motivational speaker. This also reminds me of something. The series takes a lot of inspiration from other VHS series like FNAF VHS tapes and the Walton Files, but it's still awesome. This one's really creepy to me, like specifically something about this one really like hits me in the creepy factor. So I'm a snake It's definitely a weird video. It was uploaded all the way back in 2010, 13 years ago. Damn, this video was 13 years old. 2010 was 13 years ago, bro. The video is just this dude staring at a camera with a snake suit on, and he says, "I'm a snake. I'm a slithery little sneaky snake. I'm so slithery and sneaky because I'm a snake slithering in your garden, catching me a mouse. Look into my eyes, Jungle Book. I'm a slippery hypnotist snake." Some people just don't deserve the internet, bro. Joel G is a 2D animator on YouTube who I think is most well known for being the creator of E&A, a popular weird series that has a lot of ties to the weirdcore and dreamcore communities. E&A is cool, but it's way too big to get into in this video, sadly. But yeah, it's awesome. Joel G is also very, very, very talented. There's good reason for my glistening skin, and how I shine, and how my pores are so clean and clear. I eat little baby's ice cream. It keeps me young. It keeps me light on my feet. I spring from activity to activity. I love my job. I love my life. When you eat little baby's ice cream, you'll wink and nod and hug and high-five each other with great enthusiasm. This is a special time. Little baby's ice cream. Ice cream is a feeling. Yeah, this video is just a weird advertisement for a real ice cream place. I want to go here so bad, so bad. I don't know where it is actually, but I want to go to this place really bad and eat this ice cream, bro. If anybody knows how to make that happen, please let me know. So this video is a commentary on the weird, explicit sexuality often depicted in anime-adjacent media. The first part of the video is bait. It's just classic, normal, cutesy, sexy anime stuff. Then it changes to this dark, foreboding segment where the characters are fully explicit, and it's almost like it's trying to humiliate the viewers who fell for the bait. Like, this is what you wanted, right? I don't think I should talk about this one for very long, but yeah. At least the video is making a good statement. I mean, maybe it's going about it the wrong way, but a lot of anime sexuality online really is so cursed and sick. I mean, at least it can be. Pamtree makes purposeful and intentional, unusual, low-quality animated videos. These animated videos could be about already popular franchises, including remakes of clips from episodes of SpongeBob SquarePants, sometimes parodying entire episodes from the franchise, or just weird animated ideas about other animated series like Shrek and Rick and Morty. This content is quite similar to Surreal Entertainment, who we already talked about, and I think the general consensus is that Pamtree was a big inspiration for Surreal Entertainment. Also, Pamtree made a video about Minecraft, so that's a W in my book. Oh my god, my voice is getting so like wet and dry at the same time. I don't know. I'm gonna go get some honey to clear my throat. I'm back. When is Petscop 2, huh? When is it? Petscop is awesome. So it's kind of similar to Been Drowned. Remember how Been Drowned is about like a cursed video game, but it has all that complicated dumb stuff about a cult or whatever? Petscop is like that, but without all the dumb stuff. And in my opinion, a lot more creative, because the maker of this horror series actually had to design his own video game to make the videos about. Because the game featured in the videos, also called Petscop, isn't already a game. So he had to code a whole game, at least to my knowledge. I mean, I could be wrong, but yeah, it's really interesting. The game seems normal until the narrator/player comes across this really interesting grass field, and then he explores these like abandoned buildings and undergrounds. It's really liminal. I really love Petscop, but I don't have time to go super in depth, so Poppy is a weird artist known for her music and her peculiar internet presence. She started out on YouTube with videos that were eerie and really whimsical, often designed to be unsettling or thought-provoking. Her videos and songs were full of satire, usually about modern culture and music culture. For example, themes of like fame, individuality, and the dark side of the entertainment industry. Her videos are also visually really unique, known for their unique aesthetic that mixes like bright, cheerful visuals with dark and unsettling themes. Rubber Fruit is considered by many to be one of the most iconic of the early era of Gmodders and Gmod animation. Sadly, though, he is retired from YouTube since October 28th, 2013. Rubber Fruit makes videos that generally have no real, cohesive plot and make little to no sense. Most of his videos are short and completely random, which worked out well for him because at that time, most of the animations on YouTube were also pretty pointless. That's not meant to be a diss, they're just actually pointless, but they're awesome. Also, keep in mind, he retired in 2013. This guy's prime was 13 years ago in 2010. But yeah, he's known for being really iconic and influential in the Gmod, modding, animation whole scene. Shrooms and Pipes is another Gmod or SFM animation, this time made by That Great Cartoon Pony. This one is just surreal, weird, crazy, all over the place. Even more than Skibidi Toilet, my favorite. There might be some kind of story to this, but I don't know because I'm kind of stupid, so maybe I just missed it. But I think it's just pointless again. It's awesome though. This must have taken a super long time to make. From what I can see, Silva Gunner is just a channel that uploads a lot of Nintendo OST songs. Like songs from Nintendo games, so I don't really know if there's anything special here. Oh my gosh, I'm stupid. I was gonna delete that last part of the script about it being a normal channel that posts songs, but I think it's so funny that I actually wrote that. Silva Gunner is basically an awesome, huge troll channel that uploads songs under the guise of it just being normal, but they're actually all ridiculous, stupid remixes. Listen to this one. Genius. We do a little trolling. We do a little bit of trolling. We do a little trolling. Smile HD is a disturbing animation about the ponies from My Little Pony dying and suffering severe pain. Blood, gore, everything, everywhere. Splashing, sadness. But yeah, it's just this one pony who gets fed up with the other ones and how they treat the one pony. And so the one pony decides to take revenge. Good for you, man. Good for you, bro. So Super Mario 64 Beta Archive is a YouTube channel that is an ARG. It poses as a channel to just post beta animations and tests run by the developers of Super Mario 64, with two protagonists as the characters in the story. There's also some scary elements, like saying that the animations were based on real human tracking, and then there being a shot of Mario drowning, insinuating that someone actually drowned. Apparently, there has been some kind of controversy. I'm not sure what it is exactly, I can't really find out online, but apparently the makers of the series did something bad? I'm not really sure. The Dawn Is Your Enemy was a sign-off bumper that Adult Swim started playing when they split ways with Cartoon Network as a way to mess with kids who were staying up super late watching TV. You know, the Dawn is your enemy. The bumper shows a pencil sketch style image of a pair of human-like eyes gazing over a field covered with flowers and trees, and in the distance a sun with a face is seen. The bumper was introduced on March 29th, 2005, the same day that Adult Swim and Cartoon Network were separated from each other for Nielsen ratings. On that day, Adult Swim expanded to 6 a.m. and several new bumps were introduced, including this one. It continued to appear in this time slot along with the other 5 a.m. bumps until they were last seen on January 31st, 2010, as a new set of bumps were introduced that next day. The bumper got posted to YouTube and got popular for being creepy or weird, I guess. This one should probably be in the top layer because, well, I think everyone knows the Mandela Catalog, but we can talk about it anyways because it's awesome. So the Mandela Catalog is an analog horror series set in this fake county, Mandela County. Basically, it shows a universe where demons infiltrated the world and they possess humans in order to do their evil, usually making people kill themselves. The demons then use those bodies as vessels, and these creatures are known as alternates. It's actually awesome and really well done. This is something that definitely deserves a popularity. This really popularized analog horror and made it mainstream, which could be seen as a bad thing, but I think it's awesome. It still stands up today for sure. The Monument Mythos is another analog horror series, and this one is a lot more obscure, at least from what I've seen. So this one is about a very different America. This is an analog horror series that asks the question, what if George Washington went to a different dimension and became a planet-sized, self-existent, omnipotent horned serpent. And yeah, that's what it's about. It's so deep, it's too much to get into here, but basically it's all about like the American government and specifically the monuments like the Statue of Liberty and Mount Rushmore. I love this one. The Simpsons Couch Gag is an awesome video that's a claymation stop motion animation where the whole Simpsons family, you know, is just sitting on the couch doing their normal thing, and then boom, some criminals break in, and in the end, literally everybody dies, except for this one cop. This video is really cool. It's really like to the point and effective. I love this kind of stuff, just like shock value, but this is done well. This knows what it is. This knows that it's stupid, but it's still, you know, awesome. And it's not trying to be more. The Walton Files is another really popular and well-received, acclaimed analog horror series. This one is really inspired by FNAF, but instead of kids, it's all about family. Basically, a family decides to open a restaurant in the 70s. Their idea is to make a place with entertainment for kids, particularly with robotic entertainment. So in 1974, the restaurant, named Bond's Burgers, opens, but then it shuts down in 1980. And the mystery is like what happened between 1974 and 1980. It's creepy, it's scary, and it's too complicated to get into here. It's awesome though. I definitely recommend researching and getting into this if this seems interesting to you at all. Analog horror is really awesome, I think. The Wyoming incident is really a classic. Considered the first horror-based internet ARG, as well as possibly the first creepypasta ever, the Wyoming incident originated as a story about a video that supposedly drives viewers to madness. The video is the recording of a signal broadcast interruption of a Wyoming news station that resulted in mass confusion and terror brought upon the infrasonic frequencies contained within the hijacking. From there, the ARG primarily revolves around a forum known as the Happy Cube, where forum goers come to share their experiences in cubing. From then on, more and more dark, scary things were revealed, and it turns out that this may be a lot more complicated than a simple signal hijacking. It's kind of deep. It's really classic. It's very like inspirational and influential, you know, but it's whatever, I feel like. Unedited footage of a bear starts with some footage of a grizzly bear that is, guess what, unedited. And the cameraman comments on the size of the bear's ears. However, the video is interrupted by a commercial for a fictional drug called Claradrill. Donna, the character in the video, tells you about how much better her life is after she started taking the drug. As the video goes on, it quickly becomes clear that something is very wrong, and then it just spirals into weirdness, disturbingness, and madness. Awesome video though. This is great. All right, we just finished layer 2. Oh my god, bro, my voice is dying. Anyways, into layer 3, called the pyramid. Bro, I'm so tired. I might just go take a nap. I swear, bro. Oh my god, I could just fall asleep right now. _boysvert is a channel that is actually so awesome. It's this abstract, surreal, crazy auteur art that is so scary and like psychologically horrific. Originally starting out with just a video about the isolation of the early 2020 to 2022 quarantine, Boysvert has evolved into an incredibly well-done artistic outlet. The story of Boysvert follows multiple characters, with the plot itself being kind of hard to decipher, because it's hidden within like QR codes, Morse code, French, Hebrew, and American Sign Language. The community consensus is that the episodes Take Care and A Love Letter is Room's redemption after being trapped in a cycle of depression. The videos beyond this are a lot more cryptic and confusing and hard to follow. There's a lot of theories and stuff about what the actual story is behind all of this, which is really cool, but to me, honestly, just as art, I think it's really cool. Okay, so this is another banger video. So it's this song that sounds like it's being sung by the guy from Princess Bride or the guy from The Incredibles, and it's he goes through different like jobs and niches and just culture, like teachers, doctors, tree cutters, and he just rhymes beast with something to do with all of them. But dude, this song will get stuck in your head so easily. It's awesome, bro. We love this video. Ben Wheel is a surrealist horror animator who makes some pretty weird animations. Definitely surreal. This is the kind of art that just scratches a certain part of your brain that few other pieces of art can also scratch, you know what I mean? On October 15th, 2018, the YouTuber called Gooseworks uploaded a video called The Blue Channel, consisting of a VHS quality blue screen with the word blue in the bottom right corner and like a weird song. And then later on, he turned this into an actual full series. It's presented as a like TV commercial. The video advertises a drug, which is presented as like multiple pills, each one causing a different emotion. And each emotion is illustrated through drawings of common facial expressions. Then in the second half of the video, the host of the ad talks about a different drug which can induce emotions that are beyond previous natural capabilities. These are similarly represented by drawings of extreme, like horrific body horror like facial expressions with names like Andric and Dorsalessness. So yeah, we got another awesome analog horror series. It's honestly great to see series like this that aren't really popular or mainstream, but they're still relevant, you know? I mean, Mandela Catalog and the Walton Files are great, but there's a lot of other good ideas that are being put to screen, and I'm happy to see it. Dad/Man in Room is another weird web series. The story on the channel started when the Nathan Barnett channel posted a video called Dad Feels Great, and then about a month later he uploaded a video called Ignore This Video, where he says he's quitting YouTube, but the description says otherwise. Dad was originally a character that Nathan Barnett made, but he claims that the current Dad on the YouTube channel isn't him, and that it's somebody impersonating him. The first video about Dad is called Dad is Home, where Dad comes home, speaking telepathically about how his boss liked his presentation at work today, and how now he might be able to be promoted to executive, after which he can just quit his job after saving enough money and become #1 YouTuber in the universe. Then he telepathically calls out to his wife Cheryl and his daughter, but he receives no response. And then he starts to question if his family loves him or not. So basically this is like a huge ARG that I'm just too stupid to understand. That's just one of the videos and it's really hard to follow like what's actually going on, but go check it out yourself if you want. Okay, so this is an event that happened about 3 years ago with Danny from the Game Grumps when he was accused of grooming minors. Yeah. It turned out to be completely false, thank God, but yeah, it hurt his reputation quite a bit because, I mean, yeah, if you do research, you can find out that it's false, but once the public has heard Danny and pedo in the same sentence, his reputation is kind of, you know, hard to really get back. Most people don't really have time to research, you know, it sucks. Bro, wait, I actually remember this guy from YGS 100. Man. Oh my gosh, just this video. This may have been the actual thing that gave me pseudophobia, bruh. So this video is a dude wearing a dolphin muzzle, and that's literally it. Bro, this scarred me as a child. Okay, so this one is actually really interesting and meaningful. Die Fantasy is a music video for the song Fantasy by Die. It's an animation about a group of teenagers who sneak into a pool at night, and it's kind of symbolic of like a lack of innocence. The main character we follow seems to be really shy and pressured into going until her innocence is taken from her in the form of this tentacle monster. It's weird and surreal, but also like symbolic, you know? Also, I got that interpretation 100% from Your Everyday Theorist. He has a great video on this video, so yeah. Okay, this is awesome. Eduque Fun is a channel that posts these animations that look like just Johnny Yes Papa type awful animation. He even did a remix of that video. It's just purposefully cringy and poorly animated, and it makes for a rich and awesome unique take on animation and art. I love this, bro. This is awesome. No, bro, I see this thumbnail and I do not want to click on this, bro. So it's a song with this absolutely awful CGI over it. Now, I mean, I don't want to be mean because this was made 14 years ago, and honestly, the CGI kind of scratches an itch. But yeah, it's like a Lovecraftian type thing, I think. The description says that it's a musical version of The Shadow Under Innsmouth by H.P. Lovecraft, but this video is so weird, bro. Gemini Home Entertainment is an analog horror series anthology that's published on YouTube and is made by a guy named Remy Abode. It's kind of funny, his name. And just like it sounds, the analog horror is presented through VHS tapes by a company called Gemini Home Entertainment for the purpose of, well, home entertainment. The plot is an alien plot about a sentient evil planet called the Iris. It's way too complicated to get into in this video, but Gemini Home Entertainment is awesome, and it's some great analog horror. Gilbert Garfield is a series by Farone Productions of surreal horror versions of Garfield animations. Farion Productions posts a lot of other stuff too, though. It's all animations he's made, and they are all definitely weird, bruh. Whoa, this one is, creepy. So it's just this dude in the dark laughing maniacally. But why, bro? Like, what's so funny, bro? Okay, shout out to the commenter Elliot is confused about your PA8105 for this explanation, because I had no idea what was going on here. The backstory is that there's a woman that went missing after a car accident. This person here made a video to celebrate the anniversary of the case of this missing girl, leading many people to believe that he was behind the case and that he kidnapped the missing woman. This went so far that the actual police started an investigation on this man and found out that he had nothing to do with the kidnapping. It was just some crazy old man who probably wanted to get attention. Ooh, so Icky35 is this weird channel that posts weird horror sketches, like this famous one of a pumpkin eating somebody's head off and then appearing on a stick. This whole channel gives heavy Halloween vibes, and I love the aesthetic here, man. This is interesting. So Item Label is one of the most interesting and best marketing campaigns I've ever seen. Basically, at its root, Item Label is just a company that sells toys. But they had a genius in their marketing team, apparently, because they use these intentionally weird and disturbing videos to market their plushies, giving their toys each their own backstory and all this weird surrealness that's honestly unsettling around it. The only flaw, I think, is that a lot of people saw these videos and didn't even know that it was marketing anything. They thought it was just an art project, which is hilarious. This is absolutely incredible. This is a channel that takes bits to the absolute extreme. Okay, so first of all, this channel is based around a live-action Garfield just being a complete menace. And in this universe, we get amazing bits like sex survey results, which is a 4.5-hour loop of the exact same joke over and over again. This is absolutely hilarious and just like the biggest troll ever. Oh gosh, it's this video. This is deeply unsettling. I don't know why anyone would spend actual time making this video and staring at this. Oh my gosh, Marble Hornets, the web series that I spent 40 hours making a video about, waking up at 4 a.m. every day for a week over my spring break that nobody watched. Hey, at least it's hilarious now. Marble Hornets is an analog horror, I think, series about Slenderman, and a whole lore around Slenderman. It's really deep and well done, but most importantly, it was hugely influential. It was one of the first big horror web series online, following the found footage trend of Blair Witch Project, and making it popular for everyday people to make their own series. I love this stuff. Oh yo, it's this video! So this video is just a guy staring at a camera, and it's supposed to be like a cursed video? Like it's supposed to like curse any viewers who watch it to like death or something like that. Scary, so scary. Wah, wah, wah. So Max and Ruby 0004 is a video in a much bigger series. The story of the whole series is about a relative who buys a Max and Ruby DVD for his younger cousin and finds out that it contains a very disturbing episode that involves Max and Ruby's parents dying. This cursed, lost media type creepypasta, you know? Yo, more FNAF, let's go. Meme Bear posts more like VHS tapes in the FNAF lore. Something about this atmosphere, this vibe is perfect. Scott Cawthon made a perfect canvas for artists to make their own art on. I mean, these unique takes on the story of FNAF are really, really interesting and well done. No other story really has this great fan work. If you know, you know. So Minecraft Monster School used to be a beloved series on Minecraft that a lot of people grew up with. It was just a series about a school where the students learned how to be a monster. I mean, as grown-up people, this seems kind of dumb to us now, but as a kid, this stuff is sick, you know, it's respectable. Well, after the original series got so popular, there became an abundance of fan series, copies a lot of the time, of Monster School, and that still goes on today, and just like Elsa Gate, we got to this point. This is disgusting. This is a true disgrace. Oh my gosh, this video traumatized me like years ago, bruh. So this video is a dude showing off his actual dead great-grandmother in a coffin in his own backyard. Yeah, this one doesn't really have that much going on here, but it's just disturbing, man. It's so unsettling. He's just so chill about it. Like, it's got like a weird atmosphere, like a creepy vibe to it, you know? Okay, this video is awesome. From what I can tell, it's pretty much, from what I've seen online, the actual origin of Vaporwave as a genre. It's this old video of like an old arcade game with a looped sample on top. The video is such a vibe. I mean, it's like 808s and Heartbreak by Kanye, if you know it. That project itself isn't super perfect, but it introduced the whole idea of like auto-tuned sad singing in hip-hop, which would later influence people like Juice WRLD and Lil Uzi Vert, some of the biggest artists in that genre. This is the same way. I mean, this video isn't the perfect execution of Vaporwave, but bro, you know, it laid the foundation for Vaporwave in the first place. I have no idea what I'm looking at. If anyone is smarter than me and knows what this is, please let me know in the comments. Speaking of comments, here's the poi question of the day. Credit to GamerBoy80 for this question. What is your favorite... So to me, this looks like a super high budget troll. Like these videos are not bringing in crazy views, but they rented out like an entire grocery store and filled it with whatever this stuff is for this Omega Mart experience video just for this troll. I think it's hilarious. This whole series is so creative and awesome. It's like if Walmart was based, Pac-Man 3D is exactly what it sounds like. It's a Pac-Man game in 3D, but in this version, Pac-Man is evil, which, I mean, even in the original game, he kind of is. Pac-Man is just a dude going around just invading these ghost spaces and stealing their coins, bro. Pac-Man's evil. Okay, this is a real Pringles ad that the official company used. Oh, did I get you? Did I get you? No, this is just a disturbingly detailed animation of the Pringles dude animated to an advertisement. So cool. Not exactly sure what this entry is talking about. The Iceberg labels it as other, so maybe it's just referring to these multitudes of videos that just go over really scary logos. I don't even know how a logo can be scary though. I feel so out of the loop here. Can somebody help me in the comments, please? What the hell? Sitting and Smiling is I guess a web series. It's just this guy sitting and smiling at the camera for like hours at a time. And there are hundreds of episodes of this. 323 at the time of writing this. Bruh. Here we got yet another surreal weird animation. SpongeBob Cave Eaten Alive is exactly what it sounds like. He's just dancing with this weird song in the background and then boom, he gets eaten alive. Oh, bro, this makes my skin crawl, dude. Oh my gosh. Titty has an operation as a video where this guy opens up a teddy bear and there's blood and bugs and candy everywhere, and dude, it's just so gross. It's so weird. Oh my gosh. So this place is not happy. It's a channel that's in the Happy Meat Farms ARG. This ARG is awesome and it's huge, but I like it so much that I want to get into it here at least a little bit. Happy Meat Farms is an ARG about a fake farm that seems normal on the surface, but really they do experiments and all this like evil stuff behind the surface. And this video is part of that story. Just look at this, bro. We love this. Oh no. This video is a screamer, so be careful. Toy Story Secrets is a video that shows different screenshots from Toy Story with text saying like, most people don't notice these subliminal messages, so be sure to pay close attention. And then at the end, it just cuts to a jump scare screamer. So original, bro. Now this is cool. I'm just salty because I'm like a pussy and it actually scared me. So Tribe 12 is an ARG like Marble Hornets in that it's about Slenderman. You can also see its influence from Marble Hornets in the logo and just how the videos are made. I would talk more, but I don't really want to give this any praise. The creator has been outed as being a predator, so yeah, not good. I have absolutely no idea what this channel is about. It posts an absolute insane plethora of videos of just sine waves and like random colored rectangles. What the hell is this, bro? Why does this channel have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, bro? Okay, this is a classic on YouTube. It is exactly what it sounds like. A creature with a human face yelling. Crazy, bro. This is definitely classic weird YouTube, and this was pretty famous and it's pretty old. 16 years old, 2006, bro. I was not even a year old when this came out, dude. Okay, we just finished layer 3. Oh my gosh, bro, this iceberg is killing me. Let's get straight into layer 4, the railroad. 11BX1371 is a eerie video that showcases a person dressed in a plague doctor outfit, standing in what looks like a deserted building amidst woods. It's just like this really weird, like shaky footage, and he's like raising up his gloved hand, bro. This is like a weird video. The soundtrack of it is like an electronic hissing, and it's like buzzing, and it sounds that like they synchronize with the blinking light in the video. It's really weird. This seems like really like pretentious, bro. Like apparently at some point the creator of this video tweeted out about releasing another video in exactly 1.444 metric hours, and then exactly 1.444 metric hours later another video is uploaded. This is some weird stuff, bro. Maybe I'm just really stupid, I don't know. Alan Tutorial, it's a channel that has a similar premise to How To Basic, but with a darker twist. So the first few videos on the surface are just tutorial videos. How to do this, how to do that. I mean, pretty dumb, easy tutorial videos, but still normal. Until, in one video, he gets like literally kidnapped and is forced to keep making these tutorial videos. Bro, who would kidnap somebody and make them record this? Is he just like a huge fan or something? Whoa. Bro, I can't tell if this is like on purpose or it's just some guy out here trying his best. So Animation Films 1212 is a channel that posts computer animation for kids, as the channel puts it. The description of one of the videos reads, 3 kids set out on a treasure hunt, over a waterfall, up a mountain, an encounter with the abominable snowman, the excitement never ends. In parentheses, computer animation for kids. So yeah, it's just really bad animation. It's hilarious and yeah, it's weird, but I still can't tell if this is like intentional or not, you know? Okay, yeah, this one is exactly what it sounds like. It's this guy with a bunch of bananas on his face. Then he explodes them one by one. Where did bro get the idea for this? Like, who comes up with this, bro? What happened here? Barbie AVI is, wait, more like Oppenheimer.avi, am I right, guys? do you guys get it? Because of the Barbieheimer meme? Do you guys get it? Okay, no, but for real, this one is weird. The actual video of Barbie.avi is of a 20-year-old amputated girl named Tammy, or Becky, I don't know, it's confusing, talking about an accident she had with an old washing machine when she was 16. The spin cycle went off as her hand was in there and it twisted her arm off. And that's all the actual lore of it. But then somebody online found this video and decided to make a whole lore about it and wrote a creepypasta. The creepypasta is the story of a man who stumbles upon an old computer that is located in a dumpster. The old computer contains a 40-minute file under the name Barbie.avi. The video depicts a woman that supposedly suffered from BIID talking and crying about her own skin. The last few minutes of the footage shows a man walking on a pair of train tracks to an old abandoned house in the middle of the woods. The viewer walks around the house, similar to one of the footage, before taking pictures, and then he hears a man blurting out from the pipes as he runs out. This is a cool creepypasta, I guess. I mean, it's sick. It's cool, bro. I mean, it's fun, I guess. It's cool. So Beeble is a channel that, to my knowledge, has been completely nuked off the internet. I couldn't find anything. All I found was that Beeble was a channel that posted some kind of weird content, possibly about ripping dolls apart, but the person behind it, named Matthew, turned out to be predatory in some way. That's all I really know. Cat Ghost is a horror comedy web series that is kind of an ARG-ish. It's about 3 friends that have to deal with strange stuff that happens to them. It's dark, like it has to do with suicide and stuff like that, I think, so yeah, watch at your own discretion. Okay, CH/SS is sick. It's a series, and it starts out as just some instructional videos and advertisements for a mental wellness program that's sponsored by the American government. We all know and love it. But then as the series progressed, it became really like complicated. It has to do with like supernatural stuff and corporate dishonesty and espionage. The series is really cryptic, and it's known for being kind of hard to follow. And then in addition to being released on YouTube, CH/SS also use other online stuff to tell the story. For example, they use like Mediafire links as well as like creation of in-character Twitter accounts. Like there's this one Twitter account that posed as a character in the story to make it seem more realistic. This is awesome, bro, I'll be honest. Whoa, this channel is sick. Daisy Brown is a channel that has a hilarious description. Just being like, OMG, I didn't know normal people could have YouTube channels. I can't wait to show the world my boring life. But all the videos are just vlogs that include a literal monster named Alan. Like what? Everyman Hybrid is a series really similar to things like Marble Hornets. Three friends, Evan, Jeff, and Vince, create a fitness series where they fake the presence of the entity Slenderman and begin to realize that the presence of Slenderman and other monsters, like the Rake, in their lives is very actually real. They're stalked by these creatures, which results in much death, injury, space-time distortion, and paranoia. Meanwhile, a mysterious entity named Habit starts leaving them clues, which tell the story of the Mining Town 4, a group of children from the past that is somehow related to them. Habit taunts them with a tournament that seems designed to dehumanize the competitors. The Everyman Hybrid gang tries to keep themselves and their friends alive while working to solve the mystery of their connection to the Mining Town 4, and while trying to figure out why these monsters are interested in them. This one's really complicated and weird, and there's a whole, it's like a full novel, bro. Okay, this one is really weird. On YouTube, a subculture of videos that utilize GoAnimate or Plotagon emerged in 2011. Inspired by South Park, known as grounded videos. The premise of a grounded video is usually about a character doing something that the title already makes clear, that ranges from just standing to starting World War III, and then that character gets confronted by an authority figure of some type. Then the authority figure scolds the character and gives the character an over-the-top punishment, like usually being grounded, hence the name of these videos, for an extremely long time, such as a century or multiple decades, and more often than not, exaggerated into billions of years. Grounding videos are usually made to be just complete memes with awful voice to text and stuff. Or text to voice? Yeah, text to speech. Yeah, my bad. Greenio is a channel that posts videos of various players recording grainy footage of their Super Mario 64 copies, which after a while, having a quiet and normal beginning, start becoming disturbing and showing scary phenomena and evil characters. It's analog horror, both Super Mario 64 being the setting. Cool. Well done, analog horror. Okay, so you guys know those weird Source Filmmaker, Gmod, Team Fortress 2 animation videos? Gunslinger Pro 2009 is that, but with an awesome twist. Well, awesome from a storytelling standpoint, and actuality is pretty evil. So you know Toy Story, right? How all the toys are actually alive? Gunslinger Pro asked the question, what if video game characters are also alive? So this web series follows Gmod animator who gets off on torturing the characters who are actually sentient. He takes pleasure in hurting them. Serial killer type behavior, bro. Well, this one's interesting. Hey Kids was a YouTube channel dedicated to making those dumb kids videos with millions of views, like finger family videos, nursery rhymes, and simple math. But then the channel had to turn when a doll with scars, blood, and bruises showed up to freak the kids out. Then there were these videos about Hitler and Darth Maul. Its last video was a Hitler finger family, but soon after the whole channel was taken down, for obvious reasons. Okay, just from my research, this one is giving really weird vibes. But the video I found is actually so cool. It's amazing analog horror. Jack Thatcher 2003.mp3 is a video that deserves way more views, by the way. That's at first of some sort of news or TV broadcast, before it cuts to some text that basically says, "You are not who you think you are. Nothing is real. Your name is actually Jack Thatcher. You went missing in 2003 and you need to wake up." This is such a cool concept, and the way it's presented has these other clips and pictures of scary faces or whatever, and then at the end it just cuts back to the broadcast it started with. Oh, this is awesome. Junior0437 is a channel that posts more FNAF stuff. FNAF VHS tapes, backstory, and even original songs. It's really sick. I love to see more FNAF content. You should check this channel out. After you finish this video, of course. Krana Crazy Brow TV, which is Polish, is a, weird YouTube channel. By the way, when you translate it to English, it's Mushroomland. Each episode of Mushroomland is styled to look like an 80s children TV show from Poland or similar countries. The host of the show is Agatha, a young girl that has paper eyes on top of her actual eyes. Each episode begins with an educational theme, like How to Apple, which then turns into a bizarre, confusing, and terrifying ordeal. And then throughout the episodes, we learn that Agatha has actually been abducted by strange men and sent to a mysterious place called Mushroomland. This is sick and high budget and really well done. This is a unique take on online horror web series, and I'm here for it. Oh, okay, we got some Lost media here. Lost Hitogata PSA is a public service announcement that aired in Japan and has been lost to time, sadly. There have been recreations of it, which is what you're seeing right now, but no one knows what happened to the actual one. Yeah, it's just this weird, creepy Japanese PSA. Mathis RV is a YouTube channel that makes geometry dash content mainly. Nothing weird going on here. Oh, did I get you? Well, I hope so, because there actually isn't anything weird going on. That wasn't a joke. I actually don't know what's weird about this. Maybe just because it's colorful and kind of epileptic. I don't really know, bro. Okay, so Meow Ba is a YouTube shortser who is just a huge, distasteful troll. This person actually made fun of Technoblade's death, bruh. That's low. But yeah, Meow Ba's whole thing is doing this over-the-top kawaii voice in all of the shorts. Apparently, Meow Ba has done some other stuff too, but I don't really care about this person, so let's just move on. ML Anderson 0 is another Slenderman ARG. If you guys know me, you know I love FNAF and Slenderman. This narrative is based on a guy named Michael Anderson and his video logs cataloging his personal mental troubles and his ongoing conflict with his family and Slenderman, as well as his brother Sean Anderson's attempts to save himself and his brother, Michael. The series so far seems to go in the direction of paying for one's sins and like has the idea that Slenderman is a vengeful entity that's just attempting to punish the Andersons. It's hard to know who the protagonists and the antagonists are, so it's like really up to interpretation. Like there's a lot of gray area here because the whole point is the Andersons really aren't that good of people, you know? Whoa, another Slenderman one? 2 in a row? Hell yeah. Wait, I actually think that some of these are in the same universe. Like after researching this, I think that a lot of the Slenderman ARG web series are in the same universe. I think a lot of them are connected, bro. Okay, anyways, my dark journal was created on the 17th of July, 2008, but the first video, titled No Entry, was uploaded a whole 2 years later. In the first few videos, they just show cryptic messages relating to death, religion, and a faceless king. And then basically the main character like summons Slenderman and tries to make a deal with him, and he like resurrects his dead wife. It's so weird. It's so complicated, and like this would take a whole video to explain this whole like ARG like series of like 5 different ARGs, you know? Whoa, this one is actually cool. This one's actually awesome. So there's this video that was posted like over 10 years ago, right? Called Neutral Response. It's just a Futurama clip where it's a guy saying, "I have no strong feelings one way or the other." And now, on this new version of YouTube, it doesn't look weird or anything, right? It just looks like a normal video, until I read the comments and saw what was going on. This video has the exact same amount of likes and dislikes, 594,000 of each at the time of writing this. People, even though YouTube has dislikes turned off, have still been able to keep up with this tradition. This is awesome. Okay, it seems that the more like obscure we're getting in this iceberg, the better the actual videos are, because this one is sick. Pizza Time Pizza is a video that is just a satirical commercial of a pizza place, but then it cuts to the person watching the ad, and he's just eating, you know, some Pizza Time Pizza, until we see him instantly eat like an entire pizza, and then he's on the floor crawling for one more piece of Pizza Time Pizza, all the while the commercial is telling him to kill his parents. This is insane, bro. This is so creative. Post content is a story about a young guy from Denmark named Peter. The story starts with Peter stuck in a weird house filled with scary, evil creatures wanting to hurt him. It's shown that something bad happened to Peter, and that like made him like lash out at somebody else. So now he's sad because his friend was killed, or something. As he's feeling the sadness, a new part of the story shows up, and without giving away too much, turns out Peter isn't who we thought he was. This House Has People in It is a video art piece created by artist Alan Resnick. It aired on Adult Swim, a television network known for its unique and often surreal programming. The video was quite complex and mysterious, with a lot happening both on the surface and beneath it. In This House Has People in It, we see a bizarre scenario unfold in a family's home through the lens of surveillance cameras. At one point, a character just lies down on the kitchen floor and sinks into it as if it were like made of water. There's a lot of unusual and confusing imagery, and the whole piece is open to a wide range of interpretations. What makes this piece of work even more intriguing is the additional content available online that supplements the story in the video. There are fake websites, additional videos, and documents which create an extended narrative, giving a somewhat clearer, yet still mystifying understanding of the strange happenings in this family's house. TMK is an evil virus that shows up in nearly every episode of the TMK parody series. Initially, this virus is found inside a game called Kirby Superstar, acting like a typical game virus. However, as it gets worse, it jumps out of the game and starts acting like a real virus, like a real disease, and it spreads to kids outside of the game, like COVID, which certainly isn't real, and can be cured by drinking gamer subs, who should totally sponsor me. To the Ark is associated with a web series called Marble Hornets, and Marble Hornets is that one web series about Slenderman that we already talked about. To the Ark is a mysterious character or like entity in the series. They communicate through cryptic videos and messages, and it's clear that they have a deeper understanding or like connection to the eerie occurrences happening around the characters in Marble Hornets. The identity and motivations of To the Ark remain a mystery throughout much of the series, contributing to the overall eerie and unsettling atmosphere. Who Wants to Gnaw on Human Bones is a video that shows a pink, round character with a blank face dancing happily in a field, and in between there are still pictures of the character's face like changing colors. The video is 40 seconds long and then it ends suddenly. The background music is a simple tune played on a synthesizer, and sometimes the song goes like off beat or hits wrong notes. And a warped voice the whole time sings the line, "Who wants to gnaw on human bones?" along with the melody. Oh my gosh, okay, we just finished layer 4. Let's get into layer 5. The parking complex. Bro, what are these names? Two Peaches? Okay, I'm not gonna say that one. So this is exactly what it sounds like. I don't think I should say this one out loud. Nah, bro, this is like an hour into this video, who cares? Two Peaches Suck Mario's Penis Sex is a lost media curse video. That's about it. So Camera Heads is an old creepypasta that apparently is like older than The Rake and Jeff the Killer and Slenderman and all those. So it was pretty influential. However, sadly, it's been lost. The actual story goes as follows. The narrative of Camera Heads, though vaguely remembered because the creepypasta is lost, revolves around a man finding a backpack with a tape, a broken camera, and a letter that says, "I killed a camera head." And then as he like gets deeper into it, he gets stalked by the camera heads, which leads him to madness. The tapes he finds supposedly are like from one of the camera heads. It's like their memories, right? And I think that this is on the weird YouTube Iceberg because there was a video that surfaced from it that supposedly went along with the creepypasta. Yeah. Clear Lakes 44 was the web series that was meant to be a follow-up to Marble Hornets. Clear Lakes 44 was supposed to take a different turn with new characters and a new storyline, but it ended abruptly and everyone was confused when it ended. So yeah, it ended so abruptly that we still don't know what it was even like supposed to be about. Culture Shock is a song by the electronic band Death Grips. The video for Culture Shock is as experimental and avant-garde as the band's music is. The visuals might have a lot of symbolic or abstract imagery that might have been tied to the lyrics or the theme of the song. Death Grips is known for their style. I am a Death Grips fan and I've been to a Death Grips show, so I guess I'm part of the problem. On November 25th, 2015, a person shared a strange story on an online forum. They talked about a woman who found a box labeled Eritis at her work. The box was special because if employees talked about it or searched about it on their computers, they would like instantly like get fired. And the story made people on 4chan curious and they started like all talking about what Eritis could be. And the reason why it's here is there's a YouTube channel, Chronos for Life Jurassic Park, which made videos saying Eritis is a secret program controlling YouTube. This channel made videos with poor quality on purpose to hide from the Eritis program. Like they would make their videos like really like low poly and stuff, you know, so that it wouldn't get caught by the YouTube bot. Anyways, yeah, so Eritis is like a whole story. It's like a bunch of stuff, you know, about this like weird government conspiracy, like taking over the world, all this stuff, you know. Feel Good Today is a weird, surreal little short by Jordan Go to Sleep in 2017 about like a therapist dinosaur trying to help out this little creature. The point of the video is like a PSA to feel good, you know? It's really well made art and it's so good. Like I don't want to ruin it by trying to explain it here, but yeah, it will make you feel good. Go check this out again after you finish this video. Hi, I'm Mary Mary is a YouTube web series that follows a character named Mary, who finds herself trapped in a version of her childhood home, but it has eerie and unsettling stuff going on. It's creepy and it explores the themes of self-discovery and confronting one's fears. Yeah, she's just like trapped in her childhood home and it's like a whole, you know, it's a whole ARG. Like, you know the drill, there's like something weird going on and she's gotta like figure it out, you know? On March 7th, 2015, a short video called Look at the Clown, a child therapy program was posted on YouTube by Ronald Yoder Senior Entertainment. This video was made because Ronald's son is really scared of clowns and he wanted to help his son get over his fear. The video is simple. It's like a slideshow with pictures of real clowns you might see at a circus or a carnival or a birthday party or something, all while happy circus music is playing in the background. Each time a clown picture shows up, a robotic voice says, "Look at the clown." But here's where it gets spooky. Sometimes pictures of scary, evil-looking clowns pop up very quickly among the happy clown pictures. And as the video goes on, these scary clown pictures appear more and more. At the very end, when the voice says, "Look at the clown," for the last time, pictures of a real life dude, John Wayne Gacy, who is known as the clown serial killer, are shown. Also, John Wayne Gacy has the best serial killer song ever. It's by Sufjan Stevens. So yeah, if you want to cry, listen to John Wayne Gacy. Anyways, this strange video even got featured on a list called Top 15 Incredibly Mysterious Videos Found Online by a channel called Top 15s. The person talking in the feature is Chills, the Burger King foot lettuce guy. Notori has gone mad, I think refers to this video, which is in Japanese, and it's a screamer. I don't want to try to explain this because I feel like I'm going to get it all really wrong because I do not speak Japanese. But go check it out for yourself if you want. But be warned, it is a screamer. Whoa, this one is weird, bro. Pickle Surprise is a short film from 1989. Wait, is that a Taylor Swift reference? About these two people cooking when, boom, they get surprised by a pickle. I don't think this is what pickles look like. I hope not, bro. Maybe I've just been eating like sour cucumbers this whole time. Poochie and Pansy is another series that looks like a kid's series on the surface, but it's actually not. Surprise, surprise. It's about these two dogs, can you guess their names? And their whole goal is to save this kitten from a witch. But there's weird like footage of a hospital and a house and stuff too. It's weird, bro. Okay, I am not lying to you when I say I have absolutely, literally, obliteratingly zero clue what is going on in any of these clips. Please, if you know, let me know in the comments because I have no idea. Yo, this is hilarious, bro. Super Mario 64 Big Star Secret refers to a video that was popular on YouTube years ago, but since has been lost, sadly. It was footage showing you how to find like some secret star in Super Mario 64 or something, but then it's just a screamer to troll little kids. There's this famous reaction video of it that looks like it was recorded on the GLaDOS potato, but it's of this kid with like a super late reaction. It's hilarious, dude. The Bike is a channel whose creator is obviously way too obsessed with Doki Doki Literature Club. All the videos on this channel are about it, or playing some kind of mod for it. I mean, hey, at least bro knows what they want. The Death of SoundCloud is this surreal like mashup glitching of a bunch of songs like the Reese's Puff rap. This is awesome, and as a certified 100 gex Death Grips fan, I can honestly say this is what we all like. No, but for real, this is actually kind of awesome. The Macabre Experiment is awesome, bro. I remember I found it because of that digital horror iceberg I did a while ago. It's basically an analog horror series about classic creepypastas like Smile Dog and Jeff the Killer. It's really awesome and it's really well made. This is one of my favorite pieces of analog horror, honestly. Bro, we finished layer 5. Let's go. It only gets darker from here, so who else is excited for that? Let's get straight into layer 6, the nightmare. Ooh, 5ZER02 is yet another series about Slenderman. No complaints here. The series goes that Zach, Tyler, and Gavin are 3 guys that decide to make a YouTube series where they go around their city of Louisville, Kentucky, and they want to show like fun parts of it. And then while they're recording these videos, unexplainable weird things happen. Stuff like weird distortion in their videos and videos they don't remember uploading. Like the whole YouTube channel is just a supernatural mess. And guess who's doing it? It's Slenderman. Okay, this one I actually can't find. All I know is that it looks like this because the iceberg tells me that this entry is the sidebar entry, but I can't find this video or any information about it. Sorry guys. If anyone does know anything, please comment. Thank you, Saint. So David Lieb Hart is pretty well known in the deep entertainment world. Chip the Black Boy is this puppet, and his series about Chip has quite a cult following. Hart is a musician, a puppeteer, and an actor who just makes these like weird sketches. Okay, I'm a sucker for nostalgic horror and weird ethereal monsters, so Ekvanet is right up my alley. It's an analog horror series, I think. Elitists, please calm down in the comments. Anyways, Ekvanet is the latest YouTube web series / ARG from Troy Wagner, the creator and main director of Marble Hornets. It's a spin-off of Marble Hornets and is set in the same universe and is kind of supposed to be like a soft reboot of Clear Lakes 44, which is that one series we were talking about earlier that was supposed to be the sequel to Marble Hornets, but it never got like actually like done. Anyways, some people investigate a series of a strange video broadcast that they discover after cleaning out a house. The broadcasts are seemingly being broadcasted by a broadcaster that has hijacked the brand of the long dead television network, Ekva Network. It's awesome. It's, you know, Slenderman. Sick. I mean, what else is there to say, bro? Bro, what is this? So basically, Eric Rowan is a wrestler, and when he got injured, he had to quit wrestling. He made a YouTube channel full of cryptic stuff to hint at his return. This guy is sick, bro. Grave Robbing for Morons is a VHS rip of a young man with a speech impediment explaining how to properly rob a grave and prepare human remains for sale on the black market. The entire video, he's holding this like human skull, and to this day, nobody knows who this person is. I remember seeing this bro back in the day. Like, this is creepy, man. I'm pretty sure it was debunked though, you know, as just being like some kind of like art project for school or whatever. Oh, this is the Don't Look at the Moon guy, bro. Legend Finder is most well known for his Minecraft horror series Don't Look at the Moon, which is like psychological digital horror about this guy going crazy because of the moon. Is awesome. I was gonna make a video about this like way back in the day, but I decided not to. I'd love to though. The Organized Mind is a short film by Jim Henson featuring Limbo, combining live puppetry with pre-recorded film. In addition to Limbo, the film features another character almost exclusive to this appearance, named the Nightmare. And that is right, bro, because this is some nightmare material. Oh my gosh, bro, I'm so glad we're getting some like Minecraft horror in these lower entries. I love Minecraft horror. Mark 101 is a digital horror series about Minecraft. It's this guy playing Minecraft like the really nostalgic early old versions until something weird happens. I don't want to spoil it because I want to make a video about Minecraft horror soon, but yeah, this is some great stuff. So Monkey on Their Back PSA refers to an actual anti-heroin PSA that ran that traumatized like thousands of kids because guess what? The government sponsored PSA is a screamer. Based government, bro. Why didn't no one ever tell me that the government was based in the 70s? Oh my gosh, this is the beast guys again. Okay, I want to be careful here because this video is basically about sexual assault and about how small things can trigger powerful emotions. That's about as in-depth as I want to go because I don't feel fully able to talk about this stuff to the extent and respect that it deserves. 16 years ago, this guy was making a horror web series about keeping a literal human pet, bro. 16 years ago. I mean, at least I hope so. I hope it's a web series. I hope this is fake. The videos are even asking like, please help, my pet needs to eat. Like, bro. Okay, the June Archive and Restoration Project. This one is a whole mouthful, let me tell you. The channel started uploading videos of Flipnote animations, and these animations are like a facet of digital horror, which is like analog horror, but it's like, you know, digital. It's just like these like Flipnote animations where there's like weird stuff going on, like a dead frog and stuff, you know. This one I never really vibed with that much personally. So, I mean, it's just really confusing to me. I mean, maybe I'm just stupid again, you know, maybe I didn't vibe with it because I'm just stupid. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. Oh my gosh, bro. I don't know why this is on the weird YouTube iceberg because this is just like awesome. It's just a short film that's so well made and so sweet. The director, Christopher Kazelos, says, the maker explores the preciousness of our moments on Earth, the short time we have with the loved ones, and the enjoyment of one's life's work and purpose. This is just so sweet, bro. Oh my God. Guys, we did it. One layer left, only one layer left, one level left in this iceberg. This one is called The Darkness. Whoa, man, this one is 10 years old and it only has like a few hundred views. All Seeing Advisor is an analog horror series. It's sad though that something this well made and this old still doesn't have that many viewers, you know? Okay, so this one is just like a low quality animation of a bird jumping around. Bro, why are some of these in here not even weird? Like this is just some guy's school project that happened to get a couple thousand views. This is awesome. This one's sick too, bro. Lost Your Hands is a channel that posts these videos that look like just low quality footage of different stuff corresponding to the name of the video, like a mansion or a floor or a loft. And to my knowledge, there's no real story behind these or anything. And I hope so. I mean, this is so sick as just being a little collection of weird, eerie videos. This is another one that's interesting. Mostly Holy is a channel that has only like a few hundred views, but it's like 8 years old, bro. This is kind of sad. To be fair though, it is kind of hard to tell what's going on in these videos. Like it looks spooky, but I'm not scared because it's kind of hard to tell what's actually happening, you know? This is awesome. This video is such a weird and cool concept. It's called PHR2/771. The video starts out just showing off this person's house, and it's weird though. Like it's just doors, and then it says, yeah, this one has skin as the walls, and the last person who went in there died. Then towards the end, it talks about a suicide room. This makes no sense to me at all, but it's so unique, and it's got such like a unique vibe and aesthetic. I love it. This just gives like nostalgic kind of like horror. I don't know, like something about like these like pictures and stuff are just like so nostalgic to me. I don't know. It hits a certain part of my brain that few other things can hit. The West Records is this real horror web series following the life of cameraman Randall after a trip to an abandoned area that goes bad. He ends up trapped in the woods for 2 weeks, but the weather there and the time suggests that he was there for much longer than 2 weeks. And after escaping from the woods, the video quality seems to deteriorate, symbolizing his mental state and physical well-being. This is so cool. It's a trailer for what looks like a movie or a game or something, probably a video game, but it's just so poorly animated and low quality. It's kind of funny, but again, it scratches like an itch, bro. I love it. It's nostalgic looking too, you know? This one's weird. The video is just like static with like a really old, not modern at all AI looking thing talking. But the whole video is just so glitchy and weird and cursed, but it's like candy, bro. It's so scary and threatening. I love it. The last one has no videos uploaded, and I can't find anything about it online. So sad. Oh my gosh, OMG, bro, guys, we finished it. Let's go. Okay, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Genuinely, I hope you guys like these longer videos. Please let me know if you do by commenting or hitting that like button. Just show some love, you know. Please subscribe too if you like this kind of content, and join my Discord server. You guys are the best. Thank you all so much for watching, really. Have a great night, everyone. Sweet dreams.